Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Game of Trades and this is going to be a technical analysis of the natural gas futures. So in my last video on natural gas, I focused on two major things to look at on the chart, and that is firstly the $2.5 level on natural gas, which is an extremely important level. It has been for around 3 years. We've been hovering above this level ever since 2016. Um, and the second thing I talked about was this uptrend line that we formed since the summer lows here we had in August. And we have recently broken that downtrend line here. We gapped below it last week. And in itself, this was a very bearish move. I was actually considering changing my outlook on natural gas, which was essentially quite bullish, considering the seasonality, considering the over bearish market we've had since the beginning of 2019. I was convinced that we would see more upside in natural gas, but we did break the trend line, and that was in itself a bearish sign. But something has happened today that brings my confidence back, and that's what we're going to take a look at in this video. I'm going to cover mainly the hourly chart in a couple minutes. But first, I want to talk about the MACD on this daily chart, and it's looking very interesting. You can see we have potential crossover on the MACD. This is a bullish crossover. If it happens, this would be bullish on the daily chart time frame. So if we do have this bullish crossover, which hasn't happened yet, so remember that nothing. You can't read into this until the crossover has actually happened. It's very close to happening, but not just yet. When we do have it, it's going to be definitely a factor to considering when trading natural gas. Now, especially accompanied with a downtrend line here, a break of this downtrend line that we have. I'm going to show you that again in the hourly chart, but this is definitely some bullish signs that we're seeing on natural gas, and we're going to go into the hourly to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So on the hourly chart, we do have this downtrend line that was recently broken here today. So on the hourly chart, we do see this black line here. This was the uptrend line of the summer lows. We gapped right below it. This is actually a confirmation that this is a valuable trend line, and that this is something people are watching. So we had the gap down, we made our way back up towards it, and we had a back test and a rejection off of that trend line, and all of these right up until here, all of this is quite bearish, and this made me actually start to look at potentially switching my outlook to a more bearish bias. But today, what I was looking for is a potential pop back up above this this uptrend line, and above this support level here, above this gap. So this is a level to watch as well. Right here, this 2.345 level. This is another level to watch, and we actually popped both of these levels at the same time right here at the beginning of the day. So this is a very bearish move, and it came in at the right time for natural gas, especially coming from divergence. We do have divergence here on this chart. We made a lower low here on the price chart, but the RSI made a higher low. So this is what you call divergence, and it does indicate a potential trend change, and this is exactly what we got. We popped the downtrend line that we formed here, popped back up above the resistance level and above this uptrend line, and we're back into a potentially bullish scenario for natural gas. And I'm going to go back to what I said in my last video, and for that we're going to take a look back to the daily chart, and that is that we are between this uptrend line and this resistance level. Right here I can extend this uptrend line, and you can see we're forming some kind of a triangle pattern that we're stuck between. So either we break to the upside, and then we could have a lot more upside, potentially all the way down, all the way up to the $2.7 level right here, or we break again back below and revisit this $2.1 level. But you know, from what I see right now, I feel like this is more of a short squeeze. This could definitely be a short squeeze. You know, people were looking at these two levels, the uptrend line and the $2.345 level, trying to short this level potentially, and considering we pop back above these two levels, it could definitely squeeze some shorts and spark a nice rally in the next few days, especially with this MACD crossover happening right now. And you know what you'll often find in technical analysis, and that's why I like to keep things as simple as I can. But what you'll find is that when one buy or sell signal happens, you'll have many others coming along with it and just aligning perfectly with your theory. So that this is one of those moments, and this definitely gives me the confidence to say that I see natural gas revisiting this $2.45 level in the next couple of weeks, hopefully sooner than later, and then we'll see if we can start to pop back above this resistance zone, because this is a resistance zone. This is two price levels right next to each other that have numerous reactions off of them, so they can definitely act as overhead resistance. So until we pop these levels, until we start to slice through them, there's limited upside to natural gas. So that's definitely something I'm watching. Pop above these levels would definitely spark some potentially more profitable rallies in the near term for natural gas. Now, in case you are bearish on natural gas, which I can understand considering the recent drop in price we've seen in natural gas, you know, it is actually quite ambitious and improbable to be bullish on a downtrend. So if you are bearish on natural gas and potentially waiting for additional divergences on the RSI on the daily chart, which we currently do not have, we could definitely reject off of this crossover. I'm going to give you guys an example of this. Right here, we did have a potential crossover on the MACD. Things were looking like the momentum was shifting to the upside, but we did have one last down thrust, one last rejection off of the red line on the MACD, and that brought us to the next support level. So, you know, I'm definitely not excluding that possibility. It would surprise me considering that we did pop back above the resistance level and above the uptrend line. But again, you know, anything can happen in trading, and you have to be prepared for that. So again, if you're looking to short natural gas for, you know, a reason or another, I can give you guys some price level, and that definitely would be the $2.2 support level, or right above that if you're trading it. And if things get really, really ugly, we could potentially visit the $2 level again right here. And that could actually be quite interesting, because it would uh, potentially put in some divergences for natural gas right here. So that would potentially give us some RSI divergences here, and would allow for a nice trade back up, potentially to backtest this resistance zone again. So that is the main thing that I wanted to cover in this video. I'm still bullish on natural gas. So far, my outlook has not changed, even if we did cut below this uptrend line support. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment below if you don't agree or if you have something to say about the video. I always read the comments. Don't always reply, but I always read the comments. So good luck on your trading and see you next time.